Brooklyn Independent Television.
Hey, we are here at Lincoln High School, the home of this year's PSAL football champs. And joining me is a young man I had the pleasure of meeting back in maybe 02, 03 when I first started my job here. And back then we were Sports Talk, and we were a weekly sports show. We talked about various issues, and from PSAL football, high school, college football, college basketball, a little bit of everything. But this young man played with Lincoln, and he was on the basketball team in 02 to
05.
And also he was on the football team, became an All-American and went on to the University of Florida. Like the Nyan Boateng, thanks.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
And man, it's been quite a long time, right?
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been back. I love being back to this place. Man, I feel like I've been all over the world, but I still find myself here. Which is a good thing.
When you think about the course of your high school career, just on any particular moment, any particular game, basketball, football?
I mean, I think my whole high school experience was one of the best times of my life. It was really like a turning point of my life because I knew that if I put in work, everything that I dream of will come to pass. And we had all the resources here as far as the academics, from the teachers, from the staff, Miss Ebed, the athletic department. Just the way the whole thing as a whole was perfect for any athlete to excel here.
And you had a program here. And during that year, 02, 03, 04, you won the PSAL City Championship.
Yes, we won the city championship. We had a tradition.
Yeah.
We was a powerhouse, and
And you were a national powerhouse.
A national powerhouse.
You guys used to travel around the country.
Yeah, I mean, we had the privilege, with players like myself, players like Sebastian Telfair, Antonio Penna, Karan Clark. I mean, the list go on and on. We had national recognition, so we had the opportunity to also play other competitions, which we feel other people that we were growing up with didn't have the opportunity to do it, such as like schools like Grady, our arch rivals. Those guys, they didn't have the opportunity to go, across the nation to compete. So whenever we came, we were very confident.
And by the time you traveled, you were ready for the regular season.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and ready for the playoffs.
I mean, we were so good that we barely practiced before during the playoff time. We don't practice. We just rest. We have meetings and we go home. I mean, that's how talented we were. We all were like individuals who wanted to how to go, and wanted to go somewhere, and we accomplished it.
And during that year, the year you graduated with the year before, Sebastian was pro, and I believe he was the first NBA ball player in New York City
to go from high school.
To go from high school to the pros.
Yeah, I mean that's Sebastian. I mean his talent, is unquestionable. The guy is one of the best point guards I ever played with. One of the best passers I ever seen. A great person, a good father now. He was a great teammate. He always pushed me. Me and him was like brothers. We were very hot. I was very competitive. He was very competitive. We were two emotional guys, and we always we went at it, man. I practiced, but in the game time, we knew what time it was, and he knew where I was gonna be. It was just a blessing.
As far as Antonio Penna,
man, Antonio Penna is a great guy. He was the big guy, very skillful, big man. We were very privileged to have him. I mean, he bailed us out so many times, even in the state championship, our first state championship.
And played Mount Vernon, right?
Against Mount Vernon. He was a young guy, but he toughened it out, and we came out victorious because of Antonio. And he was a great teammate, a competitor, a great friend. I went to elementary school with him, so we always had that chemistry.
You guys are basically during that time were like rock stars. You really were. The media, the cameras followed you guys everywhere you went. And this is really predates. The internet was there, and Facebook wasn't even around.
Man, so, now I look at the media, the social media as far as relating to sports. It's just like I'm jealous, but I feel like our time we still had the opportunity. We was able to attract a lot of media, national media, local media, and everybody knew who we were. We was always on television, on ESPN, and which was really boost our confidence as individuals and as a team, and as a high school student.
Football. Let's talk about that.
Growing up in Coney Island, I had friends that always played football and basketball, and you know, I wasn't born here. I was born in Ghana. So when we came here, I was a very young guy, and I didn't know much about the sports, but I knew a little bit about basketball. And there was a coach called Ruben Sanchez from Fort Hamilton High School. He was the guy that taught me everything that I know. I mean, he took me under his wings. I was about, I think, 12 years old, playing Pop Warner football, showed me that experience, and I was real good. And you know, I began to maximize my talent, and I got an opportunity to go to Poly Prep. But I had a dream that I always wanted to play with my older brother, Dominic Osei. Mm-hmm. He went here as well.
He went to Fordham.
He went to University of Fordham. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanted to play with him, so I turned down the football scholarship to go to that high school, and I came here. So when I came here, my mind was solely on basketball. I said I was not going to play football. So my first year, I remember Lincoln their team was not good at all. I think they was like 0-9, mm-hmm. And I didn't want to. I'm known for winning, you know. I didn't want to be part of that.
So you were part of a losing program.
So
okay.
You know, Coach Sanchez came to the school after my freshman year, and he pleaded with Coach O'Connor to beg me to come down. And through some friends, Anthony Robbins, who was a D tackle at the time here, he influenced me to come down. Remember, I came down there. The guys didn't like me much because at the time there was a big commotion between the football team and the basketball team at the school. Uh-huh. You know, because of the privileges the basketball team was getting.
Now, by the time you started playing football, did you sort of bring the teams together because you were playing?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things that I was happy with. I was able to bring the basketball team because there was so much attention between the basketball department. I'm not talking about in terms of the coaches, I'm talking about in terms of the players and the students. You know, because they felt that we were more privileged than they were. We was getting more things they were. So it was kind of like a contention, But
when you're winning, that's what happens.
That's what happens. But when I started playing football, and I was actually one of the marquee players, you know, then Tiny started coming to the football games. I mean, my teammates started coming to the football games. Guys started to know guys, their names. In the lunchroom, we started all talking because I'm talking to everybody. And after a while, you know, the thing like kind of died down, and we all came together as a team.
So you were able basically to bring them together by just playing.
By just playing, yes. And I was very, you know, I have a loud presence. You know, I'm a leader, so I'm always gonna talk. So I always talk to the guys. You know, trying to influence them, and basically they didn't know us, so you know they had the opportunity to get to know me, and they started falling in love with me, and they fell in love with everything that came with me. So I think that was the best thing about it.
Let's also go over, I mean, the sophomore year, your junior year, when you were playing basketball your junior year. Let's go over that year.
I mean, that was...
And also, that was the year that Sebastian was headed to the pros. That was really a crazy, fun atmosphere.
I mean, my junior year was very exciting because we had a lot of, you know, Sebastian was getting ready to go to college. He was highly recruited. You know,
saying Kentucky was after him, Louisville was after him, everyone's after him.
Everyone. So we had everybody at our practices, which was also a good opportunity for other guys to show off their talents.
Your junior year also, were you winding down where you were going to go as far as football, basketball? Did you want to play football? Did you want to play basketball? Did you want to play both?
Nah, I wanted to play both. That one I always knew. I wanted to play both. That's why I chose to go to University of Florida, because Billy Donovan, you know, who's from New York, who had a relationship with me, basketball guy, and Urban Meyer, football guy. I felt that the school have the best of both worlds. And I mean, we won in both sports for 2 years in a row.
Now, your senior year, you championship game again. You lost to Kennedy.
Yes.
But, and I remember Urban Meyer, he was always attending your games, also here at Lincoln High School.
Yeah.
You decided to go to University of Florida. You went to All-American Bowl, right? You were high school All-American football. That game was in Texas, I believe.
Texas, yeah, San Antonio.
Florida. Now, you had Penn State, you had Maryland, you had every school wanting your services. Why Florida?
Like I said, I had the opportunity to go to Penn State, you know, play under Coach Paterno, Coach Ralph Regent in Maryland, other schools as well. But the reason why I chose Florida because of the academics, you know, the weather.
Well, academics real important to you because these days, you know, I mean, as far as high school sports, high school athletes, we don't hear about academics too much.
I mean, like my background, I mean, I'm from Ghana, so my family's have a strong academic background, even though we are talented family of athletes, but everybody have to have that credential, and that was very important for me. So, you know, going out there, the academics, and also the weather, because I just came back from a major surgery the year before.
And you didn't play that year.
And I didn't play that year.
year.
I was blessed enough to even still have the opportunity. I remember when I was in the hospital, coaches was calling me, telling me that they still want me to be part of their team. You know, they don't care if I play or not. They still like me as an individual on their team. And I think it was the blessings of God upon my life that I still had the opportunity just to go to college.
All right, University of Florida, you get down there, your first year, what was that like? Take us through your freshman year. And also, there were some personal issues with some females,
yes.
as far as what it got. As far as what I read, as far as what I heard.
Okay.
Explain what happened.
My freshman year I was hungry because I didn't play the previous season, so I was really hungry to play. So, I went in there with I was very focused. I worked very hard. I ended up playing. I played my way up to the depth chart. I was a backup to Chad Jackson at the time, who was a junior, who was going first round NFL.
He's in the pros right now, right?
Yeah, I was behind him. I got some minutes. I got some catches. I got my feet wet a little bit. My sophomore year was the year that I was gonna have a breakout year. I had so much expectation from the coaches, from my teammates, and as the fan base. And we were working and playing well. Then with all of that, it came attraction from the women as well. And being a young guy from the inner city, going to that place and having all these different kind of women, dealing with all kind of different women coming at you, I took advantage of it. And at the end of the day, the situation that happened, I was visiting like my girlfriend. We had a little, disagreement. She called the police. The police came. It was really like a misunderstanding. Just I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. She called. She was just being immature. She wanted to, revenge on me. She knew that the media was gonna get involved. So, I didn't choose my friends wisely. And that's one thing I want to tell most of the young people out there who are coming up, who are being recruited.
People say, no, that's not going to happen to me, man. That happened to you.
I said the same thing too, but if you don't take care and if you don't surround yourself with the right people, it will happen to you. And the good thing is you have to make good decisions, the best decisions for yourself, so you don't end up in a situation I was in. Unfortunately, I was still able to come out and finish my career and go on to the NFL.
So you stayed there to your sophomore year, then you transferred to University of California, Berkeley?
Yeah, Berkeley. The reason why I transferred because, going into Florida, we had a lot of things that was promised, a lot of things that I was supposed to do, and a lot of things that I promised them, which I did my part as far as the recruitment part, bringing all the top players from the East Coast to down south. I did that. They didn't live up to their bargain. So after we won the national championship in 2006, I called my friend in California, Deshaun Jackson, and the Cal, they had a pro offense.
He's playing with the Eagles now,
He's
right?
with the Eagles now. They had a pro offense, and that's what I wanted to play in. I didn't like the spread option so much, so I had the opportunity to go down there to play for Jeff Tefford, and it was a great experience. And after that, I got my shot with the Giants.
Now, I got to bring this up again. You had another personal problem in California. What occurred out there?
Actually, I didn't have a personal problem down there. It happened after I was in the pros.
Okay.
When I came back in New York, my ex-girlfriend came to visit me. She wanted to be with me. I said no. A lot of different things happened. Police got involved, and that basically it was just a bad judgment.
So she wouldn't let up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
She let up now? She's gone?
Yeah, now I'm good.
Okay. Now, real quick, you had also religion. Religion plays a real heavy part of your life.
Yes.
Explain that real quick.
Right. I discovered I have a calling on my life, to preach the gospel. So, I discovered that about myself, and now, that's made me humble. I'm able to share my experiences with people and all different people in the world, and, that's what I'm living in.
Okay, your pro shot. How's that look for you going forward?
My future look bright. Okay. My future look bright. I just got to keep working, and this year I'm looking forward to doing big things.
I know you will.
Thanks,
Nyan. We're out of time. I know he was wrapping me up over there. All right, folks, we are out of time here at Abraham Lincoln High School. It was my pleasure to talk to Nyan Boateng, future pro, future All-American. He's everything right now. Right, go. We're out of time. Later. Yeah, thanks.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at bricartsmedia.org/BIT.